Hi, welcome back to Basement Backgammon. On this episode, we're going to be looking at problem 34 of Bill Robertie's 501 Essential Backgammon Problems. And this particular problem, this problem is a continuation of problem 33. In problem 33, we were asked how to play a 5-3, and Robertie said we needed to hit the ace point and come in and split 24 to 21. Our opponent seems to have answered with a 4-2, and they came in off the bar on the 4 and then hit us on the 2 over here using this 2, 6-4. Now we are playing in response of 5-2 in this particular situation. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to decide on your movement for 5-2. There's a lot of choices to be made here, and I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Please press the pause button in the video if you need more time. I'll be back in just a moment with what Robertie has to say. Okay, and we're back. So we're on the bar at the moment, so we have a choice of coming in here on the 5, or coming in, over here on the 5, or coming in on the 2. And what Robertie says is to use your 5 to cover your blot in your home board and come in on the 2. That's the move according to Robertie. Here's what he has to say about it. Once you've hit on the ace point in the early going, you probably can't play a positional priming game. The continued presence of a blot in your inner board will cause you too many awkward problems later on. Instead, the right idea is to cover the blot as soon as possible and play for an attacking game. Here the right move is bar 23, 6-1. So what does Robertie have to say about this? Well, what does this really mean? Let's go back to the original position. This blot is going to cause us problems. So what he's basically trying to say is instead of playing 5 and then 2 hits, which we would normally play in order to try to create a prime, that's what he means by positional priming game, where we're trying to get our opponent to come in on the back in front of a prime that we've created. Instead of that, he's suggesting the safer play of coming in on 2 and making the 1 point here. And the reason for that is basically that once we've hit, we have that blot on the 1 point. If we just leave that blot out, it's going to be an issue. Even if our opponent comes in later on the 2, 4, 5, and it doesn't hit the blot, if we don't cover that blot, it's going to cause issues later on when we try to hit our opponent in other situations. So that's one good reason to do this. The other good reason is that if your opponent doesn't cover their blot, it gives us twice as many chances to hit their blot here rather than coming in behind the blot. So a couple of good reasons to make the play as he has. Let's see what XG has to say about it. I'll be back with that video in just a second. And we're back with our XG analysis of problem 34. In this case, black is being asked to play a 5-2 in this blot-heavy board situation where there's been a lot of contact early on in the game. And we're going to go over to XG, over to the moves table, and hit XG++ and see what they have to say. And sure enough, in cash game situation, unlimited games, and by the way, I've done this in every variation of match play, comes out to be exactly the way Robertie said. Bar 23, 6-1, covering the 1 point and burying yet another checker on the 1 point, but making that point is preferable to the other possible situations where you might hit in other situations, maybe like bringing 13 down to 8 and 6-4 or anything like that. So instead of fighting for this area over here, it's better to make that point, come in on the 23, and keep going on with your game. So that's XG in this case agrees with Robertie. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you learned something in this particular video. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this series. And please, subscriptions mean a lot. Once we get to 250 subscriptions, I'm going to be giving away a copy of Bill Robertie's 501 Essential Backgammon Problems to some lucky subscriber, but you have to be subscribed to be in it. And hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of when I upload new videos. They will come up to the top of your feed automatically. Thanks very much for coming along on this journey with me.